just need one more. I just need one more. Hey, I just need one more. 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 You know, I'm picking up where I said, okay. Like the blunt, my nigga. Pass his beat to the left so I can press. Total my hits like I done wrecked. Who is next? Niggas is sleep like pillow pets. Getting foreign head from a bad bitch from Budapest. Call your bet, cause I'm just trying to get a quick check. All right, man. We got the lights. We got the camera. It's all about that action. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, Son of the Waves. This is What's the Wave? Episode 101, 101. Whew, we've been grinding, we've been working, and I got a super talented individual. We finally got another part two. We had to bring him back in, had to show some more love to the city. Got the man with the skills to pay the bills, Coach Bracy in the building. What's going on, my guy?
How you doing, man? Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Like I said, one more time, good to bring you back on.
Definitely.
I was watching our last episode earlier. We had a lot of good convo. That was back in June. We in March now of 2023. Since then, if you can recall, how did your 2022 finish out? Maybe the last couple months of your year.
It was pretty good, man. Like I said, I mean, we always, like, you can relate, like, we're always in grind mode, so,
right.
You know, you don't really get a whole lot of chance to, like, reflect on everything, but 22 was actually a pretty good year. I mean, just because of, several different reasons. You had the pandemic, 2020, 2021.
Right.
So 22 kind of felt like a year where it was like, okay, things is back to normal, even though it's
kinda
still
getting
different.
back into it, yeah.
And it was kind of like, all right, now I'm setting up for everything that we're doing or about to do this year. So It was a good year. It's like a setup year.
Right. Okay, so with 2023, we only two months in, a little into March right now. How's it been so far these last 2 months? Has it been a lot of progress, a lot of good news going around?
Lot of progress, just in all areas, not just like, you know, where I work or the business or anything like that. Just, you know, family's good.
Nice.
Just staying on the grind, man. I think a lot of the big stuff that I've been working on since last year are about to start happening.
Nice.
So, you know, I think
a lot of fruition coming in.
Yeah. So
you
know, I think 23 is going to be a good year for sure.
It's good. We're already in March. I've been doing my monthly campaigns once again. January was about being multi-talented. February was how you leave a mark on history. March, all about health is wealth. So I asked my guests who I bring on, how do you keep yourself healthy? Mentally, emotionally, and physically. I know probably a little more easy on the physical side, running around with youth and the kids, you know, definitely keep you in shape. But as black men, we have to stay emotionally strong nowadays. It's a stigma, and mental health is a big thing nowadays.
Huge.
So what do you practice kind of day to day to kind of keep yourself balanced in those areas?
Well, like, and it's great that you kind of asked that question too, because, you know, one of the things that I started to do towards the end of 2022 was get back, like, working out consistently, like, just for myself. So, like, back in the weight room, eating a little bit better. I was vegetarian, so I'm pescatarian now, just because I want to get the protein.
How long you been on that hype?
I was vegetarian for about 5 years.
What?
Since 2017.
I always give props up to all of that.
It was hard,
for me to cut
bro.
out all of that.
It was hard. And then I went pescatarian towards the end of last year.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm working out 3 days a week and then, you know, staying fit physically. Mentally, I'm YouTube University. Like, I'm
come on now.
Podcast, certain, you know, videos.
Yeah.
Even certain movies, I try to keep my mind going a little bit.
Yeah, I like to see those like Instagram videos, those self-motivational type things. You know,
definitely.
stay aware of those, keep those around.
And for me, like, you know, because basketball is such a task that I do. Like, it's where I work and everything. I try to, like, keep my mental going by just watching things that has nothing to do with basketball.
That makes sense. I never really thought about that, because your day-to-day life is hoop.
It's hoop, and then I'm watching the game, and then 2K might come on.
2K,
You know what I'm
and then
saying?
homies calling you up, hop on the game, let's come over and watch the game.
It's literally basketball all day, so sometimes it's cool to just watch, like, a podcast on, you know, Charleston White or something like that. I know people got their opinions about Charleston, but it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep my mind going with that. So that's kind of how I keep myself going. Just kind of tune out.
That, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. As a podcaster, I do and don't. I have those days where it's like I love podcasts, but not really kind of about like what I talk about. I want to hear some random shit, some funny stuff. So exactly. Something that doesn't really relate exactly to my day-to-day life. And the most important, emotionally.
Yes.
How do you try to keep yourself kind of overall balanced in that area? Whether you, I heard journaling's big now. I know I work with a lot of women in both of my jobs, and they was like, a journal's great.
get your thoughts out, write them down, or maybe somebody to talk to. I mean, shit, I use the herb. You feel me? Like I said, I might roll me one to keep me, a little more balanced. But how do you kind of keep yourself in an emotional balance?
I think for me, just being a father keeps me emotional. Just being able to, watch Coco Melon or Pink Fun with, what I'm saying, my son. Like it keeps me like it doesn't tune everybody out, but I kind of forget about everything that might be a daunting task.
It's like when you focus on something, everything else kind of just fades away.
So I would say that, just spending time with my son, taking him to the park, before the weather. It's
right. This storm is crazy.
Like, I'm over Oregon.
Like, I'm over it, bro. I'm hoping it will help Cali get out of a drought as we've been in for the last 10 years.
I don't think we're ever gonna get out of a drought.
Hey, for real,
after the rain we had. But yeah, I think just spending time with him, I think that keeps me emotionally, stable.
Nice.
For sure.
Gotta have somebody or something to keep you grounded.
Exactly.
Love to hear it. And the family is a great way to do that.
Yeah.
And speaking of the babies and the little ones, we both work with youth. We talked about that on the last episode, but I feel like I didn't really get to just get your overall aspect of it. I kind of geared it in a way of like what you do and how you do it, but how do you feel about it? It's not for everybody. I work with youth. I tell everybody 2 things you need: energy and patience.
Patience is
key.
I
was blessed with having both of those. I have a lot of energy and I have a long fuse.
Yeah,
so, but you working with the youth in different aspects. I'm kind of in a school setting, but how do you like it? It's something that clearly you like doing and you keep rocking with. So working with the youth, how have you liked that over the years?
It's crazy, like, because I've been doing it for a while, I've seen it change. Like, how to deal with the youth has changed.
Yeah,
and
shout
you
out
gotta
Joey.
be able to adapt to what the kids like, and then also what the world is like. I think it's changed like as recent as the past 2 years due to the pandemic.
Bro, you are not lying. Last episode you talked about how technology played an impact on the youth and how old Vallejo versus new Vallejo.
Right.
You see it for real.
Now with the pandemic, certain kids, are outgoing, but then you start to see, I'm seeing a lot more introverts. A lot more introverts.
Man, we've been talking about that at the school, bro.
Yeah,
we see
it. Now what, because I'm a jokester when it comes to the kids, just because I like to keep them going. But now it's kind of like, okay, I may not be able to joke.
You can't.
Because, it's just, they're introverts, and then just the way the world is now, it's more sensitive.
I'm gonna say these kids are sensitive.
Yeah, sensitive.
From when I started, I've probably been working in the after-school program about 4 or 5 years now. When I started, like you said, a lot more extroverts. We had to reel kids in.
Right.
Now, this group of kids, we got me and Joe talk about, we got to bring it out of them.
Yeah.
Like, I've had a kid cry because he didn't know what club to pick.
Right, like simple stuff.
You got the option. I don't know. I don't know if I want to cook or play Tekken.
It's hard to understand because we're outgoing. We why are you tripping over? And it makes it worse.
It makes it way worse. Like you said, just having to deal with them, bro.
Yeah. So I've seen it change, but just like, before it changed, I think it's still necessary that we're out here because introverts, they got to get through it to a certain point, and we might be the ones or the only ones. We might be able to do it more than their parents can.
You ain't lying. That's a great point.
I think I still think it's the best thing in the world. I think we're all underpaid, but we don't do it for the money. It's just more of like, I don't think people who work with kids, they look at it like, oh, he just works with kids.
Right.
Like, nah, we're shaping the world.
Yeah, like, for real. The impact that we make is not nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, for sure, man. So it's been good. I've just seen, the landscape change a little bit, but we're still necessary for sure.
Absolutely. We've seen these kids get older, seen a lot of different avenues, a lot of different things. You just some shout out to the youngins out there. Shout out the youth. In your profession, coaching. I just want to know kind of the pros and cons that you feel that you like about it, because it was something that at first last episode you said you really didn't want to do or saw yourself doing, but as an athlete you just had the skill set and it could be applied in that way. So give me the stuff you like about it, and I'm pretty sure you don't like everything about it.
Nah,
like you said, you got to tune out some days.
Yeah, you do got to tune out.
What are the pros and cons of just about being a coach overall?
Being a coach is like, I think the pros about it is we can affect the kid in a lot of different ways. Even outside of sports itself. So we're counselors, we're your coach, we're big bro, we're uncle, sometimes pops.
Yeah, legit.
You know what I'm saying? So we're wearing a lot of different hats in one. So I think that's the pros about it. And of course, seeing kids, start at a certain spot and then develop and get better over time. I mean, that's obviously the best part about coaching.
For sure.
I think the bad part about it is I don't think the kids are a bad part. Like, you hear people say, oh, these kids are different, these kids. I don't think that's the worst part about coaching. I think the worst part about coaching is other adults.
I was about to say, let's talk about the parents.
Yeah, I mean, the parents.
We was talking about before how you got the crazy ones, you got the chill ones, you got the ones that don't care enough, and the ones that care too much.
Yeah, I mean, so the ones that care too much kind of bother me the most in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, so like if I'm a coach and you care a lot, that's good. It's not a bad. You're supposed to care.
Absolutely.
But when you care to a point where the coach can't even coach their own team, that's a problem, because it's like, okay, what am I here for if you have all the answers?
Because like you don't even trust me.
Yeah, it's like
that's what it feels like.
The parent you don't go into a classroom and say, oh, I don't think y'all should be teaching this. I mean, they may still do it,
right.
But the teachers are going by a standard that has to be taught.
They have their curriculum and their things they need to do.
So I try to make parents understand, like, okay, coaching is my job.
Yeah.
You have your own job, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I don't come in your office and say, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, doing this, doing this. You're gonna look at me like you don't even work here.
You don't tell them how to parent their kids.
Yeah,
that's one thing you never do.
Yeah, you know. So and like I said, it's a thin line because of course, we're not the parent, we're just the coach. But it's like for the time period that they're under our watch, you at least have to allow us to showcase everything we can do to help the child.
Yeah.
Or else you might as well coach them too. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get that from the aspect, because if a parent that cares less, you could kind of make up for it.
Right.
You could do certain things to help, but when you got that helicopter parent, it's like, can I do my job?
Yeah. I mean, and then even then, and it's like also it's I've seen parents that have actually played the game still care too much. And it's kind of hard because, they played it, so they do understand it. They know what it's about. But at the same time, just like anything else, a kid has to be able to go their own way and learn at their own pace, because it may have came easy for you as the parent when you came up with it. It may not be the same.
Exactly.
So
what might not be as naturally talented or just inclined to do the same.
So I think parents, but parents, it's kind of like, every year you're going to get parents. Some going to be good, some going to be bad, some going to be in the middle. Other coaches make it a little difficult.
I was just about to shift it there. I know going to these tournaments, playing 3-4 teams a day.
Yeah.
People get irritated going throughout a day, especially team might have took 2 losses. Now you got to play a third game, and it's just like, how do you deal with that? Dealing with other coaches, being respectful, or you see those kind of assholes of coaches. How do you deal with that aspect?
I think for me it's like okay, it just depends on where the coaches are coming from. Like everybody's gonna push certain buttons to try to motivate their own team.
Right.
And I don't have no problem with coaches cussing.
Yeah.
It's just more of like, okay, don't disrespect the kid or the other coach. That's number one.
For sure.
And then it's just also like, okay, is it about the kids or is it about you, the individual?
Because these coaches be prideful, bro.
It's like, we all like
prideful,
winning, and I don't like losing either. But at the same time, I'm not scared to lose because I know somebody has to win, somebody has to lose.
At the end of the day.
But if I lose, I'm not going to blow up a storm and say, oh, they weak or they this and that. It's just we got to play better.
Or you got the coaches that just be crying to the ref.
Yeah,
just act like the ref, like, bruh, like, fuck with me, please.
Yeah, it's like, man, like it's a game, and then you got coaches that don't go against. They go against the rules. Like they have kids playing down or
talk about it. I'm about to say, does that happen more often than not? Because you see it in like movies and stuff. Like what is it? What was that baseball movie where the dude, the Dominican 12-year-old, he's like, I am 12.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that happens a lot more, or is it more
so with me,
finessing?
Like, I coach 17U. I don't see it as much because everybody knows who everybody is at that age. Like you could tell, oh, so-and-so went here. You can look it up.
Yeah.
With like Coach Joey, who coached the 12s and 13s, it happens a lot more at the younger ages.
Because not a lot of less information on the kids.
Less information on the kid.
Yeah.
You don't know who the kid is. So you can be at a 12U tournament and a 15-year-old might slip through there and play.
That's crazy.
Seriously.
I heard stories of these kids, for one, I'm not the tallest, I'm about 5'6", 5'7", but these at 15, 13-year-olds, 6 foot. I'm like, what?
No, they're out there for sure.
Bruh,
some of them are legit of age.
He was telling me, he's like, we played a tournament last week. They had 2 kids, 6'1", 6 foot.
Yeah.
13. I'm like, oh yeah,
they're out there. But you can tell. Like I can tell when a kid, even if he's 6'5" at 12 years old, I can tell if he's a kid.
Yeah,
I can look at his facial
13,
structures.
bro.
But if you are 13 and you 6'3" and you got tattoos on your arm and you got this, okay,
I was
bro,
seeing
you're
it,
not.
Yeah, you're a little older than that.
You might
buddy.
need to go to the club or something. Like, at 13,
real.
man. Like,
no lie.
So that's the bad part about it. But I mean, it's kind of like you accept it, just like working, with the school district. You know, you're gonna have difficult parents here and there, and it just comes with it.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. Let me flip it to the other end of the court. Play on words right there to the skills camp. Coaching is one thing, and of course, like it's a different set of rules, I should say. Skills camp, I feel like you have a lot more creative direction. It's more your curriculum, what you want to implement. So how do you pick and choose what skills to actually implement to the youth? Is it more like you have a system in place and you try to plug the players in, or you see what the players have as a skill set and you build off of that? Kind of which aspect do you kind of rock with?
A little bit of both. So like for example, like a parent asked me, can my 12-year-old train with the other 12-year-olds? And I would say something like, okay, it depends.
Right.
Because sometimes I have a 12-year-old training with seniors if the 12-year-old skill set is up to par.
Absolutely.
If I can have all 12-year-olds and 4 of them are up to par and 1 is just not able, I would put him, I kind of divide them by skill sets. So it is a little bit of both. I try to implement the same things, but it just depends on the kid. Like some kids, before they even train with me, just got it.
Right.
So
just
now
some
all
natural
I'm doing
handlers,
is,
or some people got that natural touch.
Yeah. So like, let's keep this where it's at. I'm not even gonna touch that, but let's see if we can add this. Let's see if we can add this. Maybe this might make this stick out more. Or let's add a jump shot. Or if he's athletic, okay, we're not gonna do no athleticism stuff. You already got it. Let's work on finesse finishing. So it just depends on the kid.
Let me throw this at you with the generation after Steph Curry and these kids modeling with the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
How do you kind of curve that enthusiasm? Because if you working with the school, that's all these kids do is just shoot threes.
Oh yeah.
They don't lay up. They don't try to do nothing. They just go way out there and just try to in practice. Like, bro, y'all don't work on your free throws, mid range, none of that. I get it. How do you kind of curve that enthusiasm? Like, bro, that's cool and all, but this is what y'all need.
Well, I try to tell him I even tell him about how Steph developed into what he developed into. So as a kid, he wasn't shooting back there. As a kid, he was working on free throws, mid range,
floaters, boy.
Floaters.
As a short man, you gotta get them floaters.
Yeah,
baby,
so
for real.
I think a lot of times, and it's kids gonna be kids, but I think even parents, they make the mistake of looking at a pro and thinking that you got to just jump straight there. So I try to use education to relate to it. So like, for example, like you're not gonna come in the first grade doing calculus. If you don't know how to add and subtract,
and
you're not gonna know how to multiply.
You gotta take it.
If you don't know how to
step by
count,
step.
you're not gonna know how to add. So it all leads up. So I try to make them
that.
understand, like, look, man, that's the end result that we're trying to get to. Yes, but and before you get there, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this.
Gotta crawl for
Then
you
we
up.
get back. Okay, now we can step back a little farther.
Great. Yeah. That's
So-
good because I know these kids struggle with that. They just want to be exactly. They just want to be Curry. They just want to be Giannis. They just want to be Luka.
Yeah,
just do a
man.
step back, step back, step back.
And it's a good thing. I mean, because I was a kid before, and when I seen it was AI for me.
Come on, I'm about to say everybody just
man, we all was out there trying to do a crossover, but I mean, so kids are always gonna do that. I think no matter who's the best player, I just think it's just more about the coaches just getting them to understand that it's a process.
right. Because I mean, you see the game definitely going to like three balls and all stuff like that, but respect the mid range and learn how to shoot the floater. You got to have the foundational pieces at the end of the day. I need a good story from a tournament. I need a funny story, a crazy story. Maybe it was one of those times where a coach got too heated or a parent went off and, like you said, was damn near finna fight a 7th grader just because they baby boy got crossed or something.
Stories,
give me one or two of those that just come off the top of your head.
Off the top of the head. Man,
He said, I got a Rolodex.
lot of stories, man. Kind of more on the celebrity side. So we this is about 5. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago. So we took our high school team to LA for a tournament. It's around this time, 4 years ago.
Okay.
So if anybody, stay with me, 4 years ago.
4 years
around
ago.
this time. So we go to LA for a tournament. and I got like a couple of our alums, like Just Go Chris, shout out Chris.
Yep.
My brother Malcolm and X. So they were with us. They usually come with us to watch and help coach, whatever.
Right.
So we get to LA. I'm trying to get gas. I got the minivan, and we get off. Street says Slauson, right?
Yes.
So Chris, the first thing he says is, "Man, we should go to the Marathon store." I'm like, "All right, man. we just drove from the base. So I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get to the hotel.
Right.
We'll catch
cool
that
off the road
on the way out. This was like Friday, so I'm like, we'll go back there on the way out. Right. So we play the tournament. Don't think none of it.
Cool.
Long story short, Sunday comes. So we play our last game. We leave. Our games are in Orange County, so we kind of got to go all through LA to get back to the Bay driving. Right. So we're in traffic, and I'm thinking like, okay, maybe we should go to the Marathon store. Maybe we should try it. I'm gonna see how I feel.
Yeah.
It's traffic.
Yeah, we'll gauge
it.
Man,
next thing you know, I'm sitting in the car, man, and X gets a phone call. And you could tell like the concern in his voice.
Right.
I'm like, dang, somebody died or something? Man, he get off the phone. He just said, hey, man, Nip just got shot. And the whole mood in the van just stopped.
Right.
Like, but he didn't, we was all waiting. He didn't pass yet. So we were trying to see
what happened.
So everybody checking Twitter. It's viral at this point.
It's hectic.
So we're still in traffic. So I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, we was really on Slauson 2 days ago.
Yeah, like y'all was right
there. So we driving, about 20, 30 minutes go by. They found out that he passed, and we all like,
bruh. Like,
we was
in proximity.
We was right there. Like, yeah,
that's
man.
Nuts.
Like,
that's wild as hell.
And I remember just Chris saying, man, ask Chris. Next time you see, he will tell you.
Ask
like,
him too, yeah.
He was like, man, we should go to the store. This was Friday. So I'm just thinking like, man, what if we wasn't in traffic? And we went to the
Sunday,
store on a Sunday. We could have been right there.
Y'all could have been. Oh, that's wild.
That's wild.
That's a crazy story.
That's a crazy story.
Like I said, that's off the court for real.
And then a couple of years later, about 2 years ago, we were in LA when Draco got killed.
What?
Swear to God, man, we was out there
like tournament type shit too.
So this was in like December. So it wasn't high school AAU. It was our 8th graders.
Got you.
So we were out there for a tournament in Anaheim. So I just remember, man, I went back to the hotel. I was tired. So it was Saturday night. So I'm like, man, I'm just going to go sleep. And you know how you go to sleep, you wake up randomly middle of the night, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. So I got the TV on in the hotel room.
Got you.
And they had the little, what was the term? I forgot what the concert.
It was a festival out there, right?
What it was called.
It was a Rolling Loud?
No, it wasn't Rolling Loud. How the West Was Won or something like that.
Yeah.
But the news is on my hotel channel. So when I wake up in the middle of the night, I hear the lady on, a rapper got killed at a festival. I'm like half. I'm like, what?
Right.
Draco the Ruler has passed. I'm like,
oh, hell nah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, hey, no more tournaments in LA.
I'm like, man, Drake. We were the true story. We were in LA when Nipsey died and Draco died. I'm like, that's the craziest stuff
that's really wild.
So, yeah, I mean, so like, it's hard to.
Y'all got any tournaments in LA this year?
We do.
Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. Be careful. Hey, LA rappers, man. Just know what team rampage come through.
Hey, we do. But
we'll make sure everybody.
We
got to tap in, got to check in.
Yeah, I mean that's where like the connection with Rampage is kind of like is actually more than basketball because it's kind of like, dang man, like that's we ain't gonna never forget that
for real.
We were out there.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah,
that's a wild story. No, okay. Yep. I was about to say I need a crazy story, and you gave me one for sure.
Yeah.
Let me wrap it up here, keeping it in the hoop realm for the what's the wave with you. I just gotta put it on Front Street. What do you like more, skills camp or coaching? What do you prefer more? I mean, they go hand in hand. You're kind of doing the same thing, but just the format of it. I get it. Coaching, you have to do certain things, abide by certain rules. Skills camp, you got more free range. What do you personally prefer?
This is close too. I probably would say coaching.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was something you said you never saw yourself doing. To hear that be the favorite, that's kind of crazy.
And it's tough for me to say that, but I'm just being honest. Like coaching, I would say coaching is better because it's nothing like preparing a team. See, when I'm doing skills training, I'm preparing just the individual.
Right.
When you're preparing a team, not taking nothing away from any trainer out there, but I feel like coaching is a much tougher task.
Oh, for sure.
Because you're it's not just basketball. Like you're managing like personalities.
Yeah, you're managing people.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. And certain people got to mesh with certain people, chemistry building. So it's like it's like a science project.
Yeah, I mean you hear that on every level of sports. Basketball chemistry. Can this player play with this player?
Right.
Pat Beverly and Russell Westbrook and all this, like you need them to mesh.
It's a puzzle.
Kyrie win without LeBron? All that type of shit. So
I think the challenge of that, I would go with coaching over training.
I love it. Because from my outside looking in, it seems like skills would be more fun to teach and doing stuff
less
like
pressure.
Less a little more loose. Yeah. So, but to hear that's where your love is kind of growing and falling in place. Right. That's amazing. That's so dope.
Sure.
One more thing. I guess I'll leave it here. How you feel about Ja right now? How you feel about Ja Morant? Or Ja Warrant? Ja Warrant?
Yeah.
Do you think the media? I think the media is doing a lot.
Yeah.
I don't feel maybe it's as a big issue as it might be in house than it is to us. Just being kind of the ears. How do you feel about the whole situation?
50-50 with it.
Do you think he really just wilding, drinking, strip clubbing like that, or do you think?
I don't think he's. Man, how can I put it? The media is doing too much, and the reason why I say that is because the media is doing too much and not enough at the same time. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like Kyrie Irving got dragged in the media worse than Ja did. I'm not saying Ja deserves to get dragged,
right.
But if you would, from the naked eye, you would think that Kyrie did something way worse than Ja.
Damn near. Yeah. You would think Kyrie said some crazy
you know
off the wall shit.
So, and I'm not saying Ja should be, his name should be like slandered. It's just more of like you kind of see how the media pick and choose who they rock with.
Yeah. So that's a very true statement.
My criticism of Ja, though, is I don't think Ja quite understands the position he's in. Because he has a chance to be the face of the NBA.
His awareness might not be where it's at.
Regardless, like I don't think not just Ja, I don't think nobody should put a gun in the social media.
Never.
Nobody.
Never.
I don't care if it's a picture. I don't care if it's a prop. Like that should not be something that because people gonna test you
for real.
And he's in Memphis, man.
Like they don't play.
Memphis is serious,
and that's what you hear people thinking that he's now with that crowd or hanging out, so he's kind of trying to act or create that image. And
somebody ain't gonna like it.
I'm not sure. I don't know where Ja's from, so I don't know if he came from
South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know if he came from the slums, from the suburbs, so I can't really speak on it. Like if he came from that lifestyle, so he know what he doing. But it's a sticky situation. I just exactly want him to be more mindful because it's kind of that thing like, bro, you in a great position, bro.
I mean, we just talked about influence like Steph, right? Yeah. So you got these kids, they want it. I'm starting to hear more kids want to jump out the gym now again. They want to be like Ja now. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So him understanding the position he's in, I think that's kind of the only thing I'm like, dang, Ja, like you got to kind of watch.
Bro, you're mindful.
You're not just, it wouldn't be a story if Ja wasn't good.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a story.
Ja
is a talent. Mm-hmm. That's why it's getting this type of coverage. If he was just somebody random off the bench, it's just, okay, topic for a couple of days, whatever. He might be out the league if it was somebody else.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's been on, like I said, on my Twitter timeline the last 2 or 3 days, people going in.
So I just think not just Ja, but all athletes got to understand the position. Even the ones that's in high school, you got to understand you're representing
with these NIL deals.
School now.
All these things. A lot of different facets, endorsements with NIL deals.
Right,
they getting paid. These kids is getting paid now. So with power comes responsibility.
It's a business for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna leave that there for the What's the Wave with you. Got to hit you with another rapid wave segment.
Okay.
Your first time you was on, that was episode 63. Definitely go check out that episode. Tons of gems.
For sure.
June was when me and Rio debuted the rapid wave segment, and since then we just kept it rolling. So I'm excited to hit you with another one for sure.
Let's get it.
Off the top of your head, which one you rocking with more? You rocking with Lions or Tigers?
Tigers.
I like that. Okay. Rio, this is a good question we had. Would you rather have a cook or have a maid?
Cook.
Okay, I got you.
Food. I can pick the stuff up myself. I need the food, though.
I feel that. If you could be one, you going to be a Viking or a pirate?
I don't like water. Viking.
He's like, give me the land.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't swim like that.
Best Arizona and Dorito flavors.
Dorito flavors, ranch.
Cool Ranch, use blue bag?
Yeah.
Okay. Best Arizona flavor.
Mango.
Ooh, Mango Madness.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a cool combo right there. I like that.
Yeah.
I asked my last guest about the villains. Now I need your favorite DC hero, Justice League in them. Favorite Marvel hero, Avengers in them. Give me one from each.
DC, I go Batman. He got the whip.
Yeah, that Batwing, baby. Yeah. I'm about to say he got vehicles.
He got the best whip.
Yeah.
Marvel. That's a tough one because I'm more on the Marvel side.
Yeah.
Marvel, I probably would go Wolverine.
Yeah. I can see you being a Wolverine type of guy.
I like Wolverine. I like Wolverine because Wolverine, like
you said, Team Rampage,
man,
man, we coming through. We wrecking shit.
Man, he got the things coming out, man. Nah, Wolverine, man. I like his backstory though, for real. I like Wolverine's backstory. Okay. Like he got a little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he done been through some things.
Yeah,
okay, I like that. Speaking of the Batmobile, give me your dream car. We got, like I said, we got the Batmobile right here. But what is one? If you could, it could be a fantasy car. It could be a Batmobile. It could be something that's made up, or is it a movie car? Maybe it's the 5.0 from Menace to Society. That's one of my shits right there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Knight Rider car or a dream car. Or it's just a little Mercedes.
I'd probably go with the Lambo.
Ooh, you a Lambo guy?
Yeah.
What? Is there a certain style that you like?
Nah, just any of them. I just like them, man. I just like the way it just, man.
So
when you see one of them, it's like when you see a Lambo on the freeway, you
break your neck.
Yeah. Like you
that
see
look
it.
like a Ferrari still. It's just like, you man, see a fucking Ferrari in Vallejo?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
For sure.
Lambo man. I'm sorry I have to pose this question this way. You just got sentenced to death. So what is your electric chair meal? What is the last thing you're going to eat before you leave Earth?
So look, I'm pescatarian, right?
Yeah.
But the last meal, I'm gonna eat some chicken wings. This is the
crazy.
last one.
What?
Chicken wings.
I mean, you could from where? Is it homemade? Is it from a spot? Are you gonna make them? Is this mom's cooking?
It's mom's cooking for sure.
Mom's, yeah.
Cooking.
Just what? Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. And a little bit of like rice on the side, rice and bean. You know, we all bean and rice.
Yeah, got to.
Bean and rice. Yeah,
got to. Okay.
That'll be my last meal.
That's all. What you gonna have to drink? What's the last beverage?
If I'm on an electrical chair,
yeah, he said a fifth.
Damn, a fifth.
That's what I say too.
I'm on an electrical chair.
I'm going
out.
Not
regular with no lemonade or nothing like that. Like, nah, we going out.
Right, give me that 42, man. Give me some. Okay,
man.
I like it. Let's get some mom's homes cooking to send me out. Next one. Do you have any weird fears or phobias? Or things that irk you or quirk you? Like, for me,
I have a lot.
Go ahead. Go. Let the people know. What's a weird fear of yours?
Snakes, bro.
Yeah?
Yes.
Ooh, that's what I love. I love snakes.
I look in the ground. I know, even when it's cold outside, yeah. I'm like, bro, I hope no.
I love snakes too.
No cobra
I would get a pet snake, but I heard they like stinking shit. So
nah. I mean, because I be like, sometimes, one time I was on Instagram and I went through my Explorer and it was a snake video. I seen a snake just pop out on somebody on the Ring camera.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
Nuh-uh, I ain't seen that one.
Man, like somebody hit the little ring thing and a rattlesnake came and bit him.
That's
so
wild.
When I was already scared of snakes. When I seen that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not. I don't know what's around here.
I don't even know if I want to spook you more, but I just seen a video where a snake was in somebody was in the lining of their toilet.
Oh yeah, I seen those.
I seen that. How does that even? But that's some Australia type shit. We don't get those types of shit out here.
I still fear, man. Snakes
it is right. You gonna check that toilet seat, brother? Check that toilet seat, boy.
When I be in Arizona, because it's hotter out there.
Yeah. They got real shit out there too.
Not
no little gardener snakes or nothing. They got the real deal.
I don't deal with snakes, man.
Okay, I like that. 2 more questions to wrap it up. Stranded on a desert island. What 3 things do you need? I'm gonna give you food and water. That's cool. That'll be supplied. But you stranded. What are the 3 things you need? It could be technology. It could be tools. It could be whatever you want. It could be another person.
If it could be technology, I need the technology. I got to figure out how to get out of there.
If
I got it.
Yeah. So what 3 things do you need on the deserted island?
What else? Okay, you said food and water already.
Yeah, you got that. You don't got to worry about that.
Technology. Let me go with 2 more. Somebody with me for sure. I don't know that myself.
Yeah, okay, I got you. He's like, I need a phone and a person.
And a sword.
Yeah.
Animals in the desert. I gotta be able to protect myself with the
snakes.
Give me a sword. I'm slicing some snakes through this desert.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. I like that. That. And the last question, March is Women Appreciation Month. So I want to know your Mount Rushmore or your top 4 women R&B artists. I know you're a music head. We talked about some good music last episode.
That's a good one.
So give me 4. It doesn't have to be an order. It doesn't have to be like best to worst. Just
Okay.
4 personal favorites.
Personal favorites.
Women R&B artists.
So rest in peace, Aaliyah. We got to throw Aaliyah on there. That's only
R.I.P.
right.
for sure.
I mean, Beyonce. You gotta have Beyonce.
Gotta put Beyonce in there.
Got to. Now the last two gets tricky because I grew up on a lot of soul music.
I was about to say we going decades, 80s,
R&B,
90s.
or Erykah Badu for sure.
Ooh, I love it.
And then the last one probably gonna throw some people off, but I would have to say Jill Scott too.
Okay, I thought I was gonna hear maybe a Keisha Cole, Mary J, something like
they
that.
cool. Mary J definitely.
Mary J, yeah, but that's well-rounded.
But if it's down to 4, man, like if I got those 4, I can just hit shuffle.
Aaliyah, Beyonce, Jill, and Erykah.
Yeah.
That's a hard lineup. Okay.
Yeah, I would do them.
I like that. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for the Rapid Wave segment with my boy. Now let's do a quick shout out to my sponsors. Number 1, shout out Vintage Variation. V2, shout out my boy A-Dub, always curating some dope product. Men's, women, children, from head to toe. All your fashion, vintage needs, holla at my boy. Follow him on all social media platforms, most definitely. Number 2, Become Cosmetics. Ooh. Ladies, if you want me to break my neck, you better have some of this on your lips. Because like I said, I'm going to definitely double back. Get you some, all your lip essential needs, lip gloss, lip liners, lip care. Shop Become Cosmetics. The first E is a 3 to help you become the best version of yourself. Always shout out to the Kaya Clips. Ladies, you spend way too much on your nails to burn them on a little doobie. Get you this beautiful, elegant Kaya Clip. Shout out Podcast Bree. She makes these custom as well. Like you said, I'm a Cancer, so we got the Cancer one right here. This is a What's the Wave version. These are available for purchase, but you can also get them custom made from my homegirl, Podcast Bree. Follow Kaya Clips, KAYA.clips, all social media platforms as well. Last but not least, the man with the plan, the man behind the cam, putting on the lights, camera, and the action, Rio Real Productions, man. Free Rio, always. If you need something, point and shot, stitch and sewed, pre-production, production, post-production, my boy has you covered. I hope you just seen the edit he made for Become Cosmetics. That shit was fire, so definitely go tap in. For any marketing, content made, shit, anything you need, we got a lot. We got a lot of talent in here. He's teaching me how to edit too. So shit, I might, I'm his assistant on that end. You feel me? So shout out to all my sponsors. They've been doing the damn thing. But I got a coach in here, so let's talk some more sports. Let's start NFL right now. It's the off season. I'm a Bay Area Charger fan. We had a disappointing end to our season. We fucking blew a 27-point lead to the Jags in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was tough, bro.
I invited all my homies over.
Yeah.
In the first half, I was like, this don't feel right. We got 3 picks in the first quarter. Something gonna happen. And sure enough, we put our fucking tails behind our legs and sizzled out. But we got a Cowboys fan in the building, so I'm like, I know we was down bad.
Yeah, we bad. We down bad.
Ooh,
bro.
you said back-to-back losses to the Niners. In the playoffs.
The most irritating fan base in the world.
I agree. I don't fuck the Niners always. It's always. You know, I hate the Raiders too, but I really don't like the Niners.
I don't really dislike the Raiders too much.
Same.
I mean, I do my trash talking because they'll say some slick stuff, but
for sure.
But I mean,
like I said, the fan base
is loyal.
But I gotta say, y'all loyal too. But y'all annoying as shit too, Cowboys.
No, I know we are.
Y'all annoying as fuck. Because let me guess, y'all gonna take it all next year, right?
I'm off that train. I told everybody I'm so sick of I'm sick of getting excited for stuff that don't matter.
Because y'all be having great teams. Y'all
be having, it's like
y'all expectations.
It's
be
Jerry
here.
Jerry Jones, man. It's Jerry. It's all Jerry's fault.
That's it.
It's Jerry's fault.
Okay. Let me get your expectations for your team in this upcoming season. Let's see. I mean, y'all still got Mike McCarthy calling the shots. Dak health is always whatever. Zeke is starting to decline. Y'all defense is not getting younger. So, and the NFC East is always up for grabs. So what's your expectations?
I don't even think it's up for grabs next year. With the way
Philly,
Jalen Hurts is looking.
I'm about to say Philly.
I mean,
clear cut.
I feel like we're like at a point where it's like all the Cowboy fans, if they're being honest, like I'm gonna be honest as a Cowboy fan, we're all in the state of mind where it's like we're tired of seeing the same thing. Like we're probably gonna win 10 to 12 games next year if everybody stays healthy.
Maybe win a playoff game.
Maybe win a playoff game, but then the second round we lose. It's just
y'all gonna lose to like Green Bay or the Niners.
Like we have talent. Like they're talking about, Stephon Diggs wants to play with his brother. And that'd be a great pickup, but something's gonna happen. It's just. I'm on the Stephen A. train.
I was about to say,
Dallas.
I hate to say Stephen A. is just like
he's right about that. Like
something's gonna go wrong.
I mean, I would be the happiest person in the world if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, but
boy,
Man, I done seen so many eras of just like, are you serious? Like,
a disappointment.
3 straight 8-8 years. I lived through to see that with the Romos.
Yep.
Dak comes, be like, okay, maybe it's a little bit different with Dak. He came out as a rookie.
Maybe,
he lost a couple playoff games when he started out. We like, okay, he's young.
Right.
But then, like, last year.
Like, the last 2 years, it's like.
Last year, I was like, okay.
What else?
One more year. Let's see if we get it this year. Then this year comes, I'm like, I can't.
Over the last couple years, I had a dope offensive line.
Yeah.
They starting to deteriorate now. I'm just like,
I don't know.
I think y'all window is slowly.
I don't even know if it's a window. I think it's a brick wall. Like, it's just nothing
at this point.
Know, man. We'll see, but I think I'm going to say we're probably going to win 10 to 12 games.
Okay.
Now, what they do after that, I don't know.
He said regular season is already weak.
Regular season, we're going to win 10-12. Right. Easy.
Okay. I'm excited. I love talking sports with people who are not Bay Area fans.
Right.
So, yes,
it's different. Unbiased.
It's like, it's a lot of unbiased. I love it. But from the gridiron to the hardwood, hoop is here.
Yeah.
We're in the second half of the season, really. All-Star weekend was, how did you feel about that? I know that was
they got to get back to letting the players wear their own jerseys from like the old school era,
2000s, from that early 2000s.
They need to just make it more. They made too many changes in the wrong moves. Like they changed the.
Was this a target score now?
It's just like
dunk contest.
Team Giannis, team. I don't want to see that.
Let's
do
East and West. Let's ball. Put a cash prize on it.
Yeah,
like
or the team do it like baseball.
Oh, exactly.
Whoever wins gets home court for the finals. Yep. I guarantee they play hard.
Exactly. Make a better incentive to actually play.
I guarantee they play hard if they do that.
Everybody, exactly. Dunk contest been trash since 2016, since Aaron Gordon. They kind of set the bar so high though.
Yeah.
So, but now we got about 40, 50 games in. Not too much basketball left. We got the Kings second in the West. My Knicks is fifth in the East. It's been a lot of parity this season. I love to see it. What do you feel about Jokic going back to back to back? Because as I was watching the last episode 63, you agreed that the first year Embiid should have got it when it was him and Jokic. We didn't talk about last year, but I don't know if Jokic should have got it last year as well. Maybe one of the 2 years, but not both.
Yeah.
He's in line to go 3 for 3 now.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's the media, it's the little bit of saturation?
In a weird way.
Because they didn't give it to LeBron, they didn't give it to Jordan, they didn't give it to Kobe when they were clearly still the best.
Right.
So what's up with it now?
It's weird because I think out of all the MVPs, if he was to win this year, this is probably the one he may deserve the most.
Right. That's the craziest part.
I don't want to. I would hate to look at the record books and see that he's the only player that's done that. So it's kind of like he do deserve it this year because everybody's been kind of in and out injured.
Yeah.
So they had the best team. So
and
he
the
does
narrative
deserve
changed for the MVP a lot.
Yeah.
You got
best player,
best team. Then you got best numbers on the worst team. Like the Harden years. Harden got robbed a lot.
Yeah.
But then he finally got his. Then Westbrook won his. He dragged his team to the playoffs, but he averaged a triple-double. So the narrative seems to move a lot.
Yeah, it's moving too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Jokic. Like I grew up watching. I like Tim Duncan. He reminds me of Tim Duncan on the offensive end, at least.
Right.
But it's kind of hard because, like I say, I think he does deserve it this year. But I just hate that he's the 3 in a row.
Yeah, because Giannis went back to back. And they didn't give him a third one because it was like, you ain't been to no finals, and then he went and got his chip.
Yeah.
At least you got to do that.
Yeah.
If you look at all the other back-to-back kind of MVPs, they chipped up at least or been to a finals or during that time they were getting their team to that level.
Yeah.
Jokic ain't been past the second round. I think
he went to conference finals once. Bubble year.
With Jamal. Was that the year Jamal got hurt?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I think Ja had a chance until Memphis just started going like this.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
KD to the Suns. How do you see the West shaping out right now? I'm not gonna touch on your Spurs right now. We just gonna keep them
on the Victor Wembanyama stage.
We gonna keep them out the way. But now the West is thick. Yeah. You see KD moved out there. Mm-hmm. Kyrie now is out there. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of things going on. Who do you feel is coming out the Wild Wild West right now?
Man, it's tough to say, man.
Yeah, it's really just kind of who you prefer.
I will say this though, I don't think nobody want to play Lakers in the first round. I don't care what seed they are.
I need Ant here because my boy's a Laker fan, and he been telling me, he's like, we about to go on this run. We about to go on this run. I'm like, AD been
I was
balling.
questionable on the team, but when I'm looking at how D'Angelo Russell's fitting on that team right now, they are dangerous.
Yes. I mean,
they are dangerous.
And the other team in LA, how you feel about the Paperclips? The Clippers. Yeah, no, Westbrook.
They're the Dallas Cowboys in the NBA.
Hot take.
They are.
And that's very good framing. I like that.
They're the Dallas Cowboys in the NBA. I hate to say that I'm a Cowboy fan, but it's just facts. Like they have to show that they can do it when it counts. I like Kawhi. I don't think it's not even about Kawhi.
PG's a baller
from this.
Yeah,
but as far as the team, I don't know. I'm a Westbrook fan too. I like Russ, but
he just made 9th all time on the assist list. So
yeah. I don't know. I think the Lakers got a real shot.
It's thick over there. It's really thick in the West. I mean, the East is cool, but just the teams in the West clearly are superior. Like I said, shout out my Knicks. We 5th in the East, but
Brunson is a boy,
bruh. Hey,
Brunson is.
I'm not mad at that contract,
no,
right? Like,
Brunson
because when I first had it, I was just like, I knew you got to spend a certain amount of money, just the way the league works. But I was like, all right.
But see, the Knicks. I knew the Knicks were going to be fine as a franchise when they hired Tibbs.
That's what it was. That's why I was confident.
Tibbs is not going to allow bad basketball around here.
I didn't know what to expect because we went from our first year with Tibbs, we made the playoffs, did great. Then ice cold Trae Young did his thing and, shut us the fuck up. Last year, it was just, we had expectations finally and then just didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, well, I don't know. I don't believe Julius Randle is our answer. RJ clearly ain't the next of something.
Nah.
But then now this year, I was like, okay, we made some moves with Fournier and Brunson and all this. I'm like, all right, I like it.
Brunson was a good pickup, man. Dallas should have kept him.
Oh, bruh.
They should have kept him.
Him and Luka would have been great together. Maybe better than Luka and Kyrie because those are very ball dominant. Yeah. They're very ball dominant, both those two guys. But yeah, Brunson has been a baller.
Then they just picked up Hart too, right? Knicks.
Yep, man, we got Josh Hart this year.
See, Tibbs is bringing in the right guys.
Like you said, that now putting a team together. Yeah, that coaching aspect. It's not just getting a bunch of talent.
Right, and that's what the Knicks kind of used to. They used to just trade for certain players. Mm-hmm. Now they're a dangerous team in the East.
We got a squad now for sure. Who do you like out the East other than maybe?
I had the Nets going before the KD trade.
Yeah.
So now, if I had to pick, Boston? I think the Bucks gonna do it.
You going back to the Bucks?
Yeah,
I feel like those are the two powerhouses. Philly hasn't really shown me a lot, me personally, that I could depend on.
Yeah.
So shout out my boy Gary. I know he always rooting for them. I know he juiced off that Eagles win too. But Miami, you got any faith in them?
Nah. I don't. I mean, I like Jimmy. I like the culture they got in Miami. I just feel like when the year they went to the finals, I don't think they made like that next tier move to put them. They kind of just stayed.
They're very stagnant.
Yeah, they kind of just stayed. Like the move I remember the trade they were talking about was trying to get James Harden for Tyler Hero, and I know they was kind of like iffy on that. That was a real thing. This one Harden was on the Rockets.
Yeah. When he was trying to get out.
He was trying to get out. Okay. So they were talking about that, but they had just went to the finals and they wouldn't want to trade Hero. But I'm like,
that might have been worth it.
Made the move.
That might have been worth it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Especially last year when that went 7 with Boston, Harden would have probably brought that home.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a healthy Harden, a fit Harden.
A fit Harden. I think he would have got in shape in Miami though.
You think so? I don't know.
South Beach, man. He ain't walking around with the. He gonna get in shape.
I don't know, because if you walk around in Houston like that, you don't mind walking around in
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. We'll end it there for the sports talk. Let's get into the story arc one more time. Mm-hmm. We got to let the people know kind of where you started. Last time you talked about how things fell into place just with the coaching and stuff. And for the people who didn't see episode 63, let them know how you got started in this coaching world, from being an athlete in that transition from playing to actually kind of teaching. How's that transition?
The transition, it was a lot of adjusting. Like it took years. Looking back, it took years to fully adjust. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because it's things that you learn along the way, and then once you learn it, you like, dang, why did I do that back then? I was tripping.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think adjusting, and still learning to this day. Mm-hmm. But I think it's been a smooth transition just because you see the game different as a coach than you do as a player. When you're a player, you're like this play, next play. Mm-hmm. When you're a coach, you like, okay, we can lead him in till the clock hits 4 minutes. I'm gonna bring him in.
Ooh, kind of that situational
it's
aspect.
like you're playing chess.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And even the kids, of course, they may not understand it all the time, but you're like, let him get his 2-3 minutes.
Right.
The other team only got 7 players. They're going to get tired. Let's bring you 4 in when they... And it's a chess match. So those are things that I would never think about as a player.
Right.
Because I'm just playing.
Because, I'm trying to get mine. I'm trying to make sure we eat now.
And we win and stuff like that. As a coach,
so
many other things. Like, let me put him back in. His confidence is low. Let me throw him back in the game. Right. Like, there's certain things like that that I've learned. I didn't have that at first. Yeah. But, I'm learning it now.
I love to hear it. Love to hear it. Give me another hurdle that you kind of had to overcome with that transition. Maybe learning how to either talk to parents or learning how to address kids or learning how to, like you said, craft a team with chemistry. What were one of those little things that it was a learning process?
Actually, I would say last year.
Yeah.
The team we had last year at 17s was a very, very talented team. We have one Division I commit from that team. Another one that's talking to D1s. He might either go D1 or D2.
Nice.
But the tough part about that team last year is we had a starting point guard that we like he was like about to be our Derrick Rose. He was good.
He was him.
But he was a good football player. So he ended up. So when he finished his high school season, he didn't have no Division I football offers. Right when we started AAU, all the Division I football offers started coming in. So he ended up committing to the University of Washington. Shout out Leroy.
Yeah. Shout out to the University of Washington.
Yeah. So he went to Washington, or he committed to Washington,
right?
And which we're happy,
right? Of course,
we lost our starting point guard. So I'm like,
damn.
So now, like, and I kind of handpicked my team. So like the whole time, I was like, I don't really need too many guards. I got him; he's gonna be our point guard. But when I lost him, it was like, well,
that's a big hole you got to fill.
So now I'm out here like, okay, we gotta put different lineups. We gotta see who works better because we can't replace him to a man.
Right.
So we gotta see, okay, maybe we can go with a better ball handler to start and then bring in another shooter. So it was just kind of like the chess match thing that I had to go over. And last year was
a team.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. We had a good year last year without him.
Nice.
But it was just more of just the in-season adjustment. I couldn't go find nobody else.
That's a curveball, like you said, just boom.
And we were literally driving to Arizona when he was getting offers.
Really?
On the way to the basketball game.
On the way to the tournament. He was like making calls,
so
getting letters.
I knew right then, this is probably going to be his last tournament with us.
Yeah. And sure enough, it was.
And it was. It was.
That's rough.
I mean, but it was a good thing because, he has a chance to be a pro football player.
That's amazing, yeah.
So
like you said, it's bittersweet at the end of the day.
It's bittersweet, yeah.
Like, I needed you. I'm glad for you. I need you, bro. I need you.
It worked out, but, from the coaching side, it was an adjustment. So I had to really figure things out, putting certain guys here because it was certain players that was there because they would have benefited better playing with him.
Complimenting him, and he complimented
He was more of a driver, kick out.
Drive and kick.
So now guys that probably wouldn't have had the ball as far as ball dominant had to have the ball in their hands now. So we had to figure out an offense and everything.
Just big adjustment.
Huge
big adjustment. Yeah, exactly. Imagine losing your star player. Luka goes down for 8 games. Kyrie goes down for 20 games.
And pro coaches deal with it all the time.
They have to deal with that shit constantly. Now let's end on a positive note. Give me a feel-good moment that you've had in the last couple of years. Maybe it was a tournament where y'all did way better than anticipated, or you saw a team with some 6-footers and y'all still got the W. Like maybe one of those good moments that you just recently experienced.
I'm gonna say this on here. Shout out Team Arsenal, Coach KP. You know what I'm saying? He knows. So look, so KP started with Arsenal before us, about 2 or 3 years before we started. So
Team Arsenal, where they located?
They're out of Oakland.
Oakland,
they get players from all over, but they're out of Oakland.
Got you.
So he just had a player win state championship, Money Williams, Oakland High.
Nice.
So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so since we started, we've always played each other, and they used to beat the brakes on us every single
They just always had y'all
time.
number.
I'm like, good Lord. Then it was a couple years. It was like a 2-year stretch. Where every time we played him, we'll always have somebody not able to come. That's like a starter. So we wouldn't. I mean, not to make excuses, but we'll have key guys out.
You would never be at full strength.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, man, we ain't gonna ever beat these two. You know what I'm saying? So
just can't get that.
Last summer, we played him twice.
Okay.
Right. So the first time we played him, game goes 4 overtimes and we lose.
Oh, I know you was sick.
So I'm sitting there like, Bro,
Here we go again.
Are never gonna beat these dudes. It's 4 overtimes, bro.
God damn.
So then, literally 2 weeks later, play them again. Double overtime. I'm sitting there
Same
like,
kids.
Same kids. Double overtime.
Stick.
I'm sitting there like, dude, what the hell?
Like, it's
6
something.
overtimes in 2 games.
It's
like,
something about this team.
And we end up pulling it out.
Nice.
We end up pulling it out. So that was a good one. So I'm pretty sure he gonna be ready to get us back this year.
That's
for sure.
lovely. Yeah.
But no, that was a feel good moment because that's a program that they're independent, kind of similar to us. They've had a few Division I guys.
Nice.
So I've always had like a mutual respect for what they're doing. So it kind of felt good to.
Right, kind of get that monkey off your back.
Yeah, we're competing with them and actually are able to, be on the same
y'all. We just not getting our ass kicked by them.
The first 2-3 years, like it was like, I mean, a kid off his team got offered off blowing us out.
I'm hot.
Yeah,
that make me hot.
Nah,
Yeah,
seriously. So
like he bought on us.
Yeah, Elijah Hardy, man, he ended up going to Washington, man. He lit us up for like 40 points. Dude was cold.
At what age grade? What age group?
17.
Was it 17?
It was 17U, yeah. Whew. So he's had some players go Pac-12, a few. He's got a few in Pac-12 right now.
Beautiful.
So yeah, beating them was kind of a good feeling in the past couple of years. I know that was a tough matchup.
It's like a Naruto Sasuke thing. Like, man, I gotta beat my rival.
So now we like
respect.
So now we gotta keep doing it now.
Do you have those matchups that you emphasize to the kids? Like, hey, this is not personal, but I want this one.
Yeah.
UFC. Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say as a coach because it's like
I think all the coaches got.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got to let them know. Like,
anybody that's
I
within
want y'all to do this, but I need
different.
This one.
It's different types of. So anybody that we play within a 20 to 25 mile radius, like if it's other programs in our area, of course rivalry just because it's bragging rights. Kids gotta go to school with them.
Exactly.
But there are also like rivalries like Arsenal or other programs where it's just more of a respect thing.
Yeah, like y'all are on a certain level and we trying to match that. And if not, surpass it.
So those type of teams, yeah, for sure.
Gotta hype them up.
And we've even created some rivalries with teams we never knew, just because the games were close, and we played them a couple times.
And I'm thinking now from the aspect, maybe there's another team who feels that way, like you feel to Arsenal.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
You feel me? Like they're like, damn, we can't never get Rampage, but watch one next year when we finna get their ass. Like,
for sure, it's definitely like that for sure.
I love it. I love to see
but it's crazy because with AAU, it's so many different ages.
Yeah.
So I might be the 17U team, and that same program might try to take it out on Joey.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, because since you blew out their 17-year-olds, the 13-year-olds
we get Rampage back at 12.
Oh, yeah, we finna get on their ass.
And Joey, it's actually happened a lot because like they'll see Joey's 13U, and because they know our 17U plays at a certain level, they'll put Joey's 13U. They don't care if they're beginners or not. Right. They'll put them with certain 14-year-old kids.
I think I seen that.
Yeah,
the last term, I was like, he's like, oh yeah, they 14, 15, bro. Yeah. I was like, why are y'all going? He's just
because they did it. Because they
that's what they did.
Like, because they know like 17s or 16s or 15s or even 14s played against top teams.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, it's the 13s. Oh, we don't care if they're beginners. They gonna be good. So we're gonna put them here.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
It's fun though.
Right.
It's fun.
Right. Absolutely. And to end it, where do you see yourself? Please let myself know, Rio, and the people watching, where do you want to take it next? Where do you want to take your coaching career next? Do you ever see yourself trying to get into D1, D2, collegiate coaching, maybe even professional with the skills camp?
Yeah.
How big do you want to grow that? Maybe turn it to a center. Because I'm big on that too. I want to buy Vallejo, so if I could buy a Boys and Girls Club for you, I got you. You already know.
We need that badly out here, bro.
A space, like I said, that's the hardest thing for a lot of entrepreneurs. A space.
A space.
That's all you need is a space.
We need it. Even if it's not just we just need something.
Yes, Joey is practicing with these kids in the cafeteria, because there's no gyms out here. And nobody want to open them up, that's on y'all. Y'all know who y'all are.
That's a different topic.
Man, just hand us the keys, man. Like we'll mop. I'll come and mop and sweep, bro.
Yeah, we'll
hand us the
clean
keys,
up.
man.
Let the kids help clean up and everything.
Come on,
we'll keep the gyms clean.
Right. So where do you just want to take both of those aspects, your coaching career and your skills camp, moving forward?
So there are two separate lanes. So it's kind of like I'm kind of in a position where whichever one cracks off first is probably the lane I'm gonna roll with. Mm-hmm. So like if somebody offers like a player development job, like say if it was a pro team, player development, I'm going.
I'm on that. Yeah.
If a college, I don't care if it's junior college. Say, we want you to come be the head coach. Going to coach lane. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's kind of unique to do both. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, the next step, I do have a bucket list of being able to coach at a high school in Vallejo and seeing them win a state championship.
That would be so major.
I mean,
it's
Bethel,
that's one of them.
That's more like
that's that right
That's
there.
not about money. That's not about job title. That's just more like I just want to see that happen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for the
so
culture.
that's one for sure. As far as like the AAU program, I think like we said on the last episode, it was more like kind of fell in my lap. I think with the AAU program now, especially even after that episode, like that summer, like we reached a lot of different heights to now I'm kind of like, man, we might need to try to just be the best AAU team around. Not just Solano County or Vallejo, but just like West
Northern
Coast.
Cali, West
so
Coast. Yeah,
I think that's definitely reachable for us. We're going to keep striving for it, but I think we just, like I said, we got different lanes. So whatever lanes crack off first, I'm cool with.
Yeah. It's good. Okay, I love to hear it. One more time, thank you again for pulling up. I love having these. I don't get to talk a lot of sports on here. I'll be having a lot of rappers and all this other stuff. So I'm like, I got.
But it keeps it diverse though, so that's cool.
So once again, and if you know anybody else, any other coaches, athletes who played the game, who know the game, who I could pick their brain, volleyball players, baseball,
for sure.
This is what we here for. Like you said, there's a lot of game out there, and we just got to promote it and show it.
Definitely.
So. One more time, thank you again for pulling up. Thank you everybody for watching and tuning in.
Appreciate
Tell your auntie
y'all.
This is her favorite podcast. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below what your favorite moment was. Maybe what sport you would go pro in, anything like that. Once again, thank you, Coach, for pulling up one more good time. This was episode 101.
101.
Because we had to school y'all on some shit. But it's been another great episode. We'll catch y'all next Wednesday. This has been another great episode of What's the Wave. Woo. You bitch you.